What is going on, everybody? This is Weekly Reviews here, and today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the newest funded Kickstarter game, or soon-to-be funded Kickstarter game, known as Dimension Drive. Now, this is a game that is created by two awesome studios, and is a shooter game that takes place across two different battlefields. Now, what I mean by battlefields is that you will have your ship actually change between two different sections while playing at the same time. So, I'll go ahead and explain that when we go ahead and start the game. So let's go ahead and start our arcade mode, and let's jump into the first level. So as you can see right here, we have two screens. One with the ship, and then one with a little dot. Now basically, why that other dot is over there is because you can change and swap between different battlefield sections. So it's kind of like a teleporting type of game that requires strategy, but also a lot of timing and patience. So this is not one of those games that is a simple game to play or a game that holds your hand. This is a game that you better be on your A game. And usually with me, I'm fairly good with shooter games. And I mean, a lot of y'all have seen me do reviews for shooter games across from indie developers and all different types of other places. But this is a completely different kind of game that I've never really done before. So it's going to be something I've never done before with this kind of style of gaming. But already I can tell you guys that this is a pretty hardcore game, because you're having to switch between, as I said, two different battlefields all at the same time, and watching that gauge, because that's one of the things you got to be careful of. Is every time you swap between different battlefields, your gauge will go down, and you have to make sure to refuel it. How to refuel it is by swapping to different battlefields. Now, if you get hit on either one of those, it will refuel it, and it will make you lose a character. Now, if you're on the other side, though, it's not going to be as bad, because, well, again, you're not getting hit because your ship is on the other battlefield side. So, right now, we're almost about half, so we need to swap out. But again, though, if you're near any enemies, they will not harm you. And that's a pretty cool effect right there, and it makes it really awesome. But again, you have to be very strategic whenever you're playing this, and believe me, I'm darn it, I'm almost, and I'm not sweating wise for playing this, but I mean, this is one of those games that you really have to pay attention to when you're playing it. And dang it, I ran into it again. And this is also a title that also uses for the graphic style and a comic book style for story, and that's actually a really cool idea. Is there hasn't been many games that have used storybook style story modes and everything. So this is a kind of game that is completely different than I'm used to showing off. Because I've played many types of shooter games all across, from games like Ikaruga, Mushihime Sama Futari. I've played many different types of games like that, and they've all been amazing, kick-your-ass type style shooters, but nothing like this. So of course, we showed off now that we've just cleared the first level, so let's go ahead and jump into another one, which will be level 2-2. So in the entire demo, we're going to be showing off all 4 stages across 2 different style modes, which is arcade mode and then modern mode. So this mode looks like we're in an asteroid field, so this is going to be interesting. And I'm more than sure that we're not going to be allowed to touch those asteroids at all, because if we teleport onto them at any time, they'll take us out. And this game also kind of reminds me of another game that I played on the Nintendo DSiWare called Flip the Core. And while of course it wasn't as well executed, there was a lot of things that the game had problems with. It had some very good music actually for it, but for the way that how the entire game was designed and just everything else wise, it was not well made for everything else. Darn it, I ran into the rock. And that's one of the things you have to be very careful of. This is a kind of game that you have to be very careful with how you're positioning your ship and everything, because again, you're watching 2 different battle screens and having to make sure that you're not within firing range of all these other ships, but also avoiding all of these asteroids and everything else that's in your way. Dang it, I got hit again! Man, I mean, this game just, it will kick your ass. And I mean, you have to be so careful with how you're actually planning. Dang it! Oh, dang! Okay. Alright, well, that was an epic fail. Alright, anyway. So let's go ahead and try out the modern mode. And I don't think there is a difference between the modern mode and the arcade mode, or at least as of yet, from what the developer has told me. So, anyway, let's jump into the modern mode. And we're going to probably cut the video after doing this stage. But if you guys want to go ahead and help back this game, even just $20, guys. Like, I mean, this is a game that really deserves, I believe, to be coming out to the Nintendo Wii U. This is a game that's going to be coming to possibly Steam, Linux, iOS, Apple computers, all that stuff. So this is a game that is trying to be funded across everything. So if you want to help back this game, even just $20, guys. I mean, these devs, I mean, I've talked to them before, even before they had the whole Kickstarter backer guy that went ahead and just completely and obliterally took off his funding to make it so that they could not fund the game. I feel really bad for that happening to them, because these guys are really nice people. And that's one thing I need to go ahead and mention to everybody is a lot of people think that indie devs are just gamers that are here to go ahead and make a quick buck off a game. No. There are a lot of indie devs out there that are very passionate about their making of video games. And I can see that 2 Awesome Studios is one of those types of developers that is here to go ahead and give you your money's worth. So take it from me personally that this is a game that I will personally say that is going to be another one of my games that I will be helping fund, and I'm hoping makes their goal and more come true. So again, and I don't even care if I'm getting my ass kicked while I'm actually playing this game, because that's, again, that's the thing that you have to remember. These kind of games were made to kick your ass. And darn it, I don't have enough. Darn it, I ran out. And they got some funny dialogue in this too. The actual main character in this actually talks pretty funny. And it looks like you have some kind of shield too to make it so that you don't take damage from it. Or you have to hit a certain spot with the shield and everything. Because, like, see, if you actually see how the thing hits me, like, I actually have a shield where I can actually be taking no damage at all. Which, that's pretty cool. Darn it, I got hit again. Now, it doesn't look like you have any kind of bombs also in the game to be able to use, so it's pretty much you just have your power-ups that you have right now. They may eventually add bombs later in the game, or they may add it to the actual full version. None of us know. But regardless, again, guys, make sure that you go ahead after viewing this to go ahead and help them live their dream for this game, because this is a game that I really think a lot of people out there should give a chance. So, guys, thanks again for stopping by and watching me both succeed and partially fail playing this game known as Dimension Drive from 2 Awesome Studios. Thanks again to 2 Awesome Studios for allowing us to be able to show off the demo, and I hope that you guys will go ahead and help them with backing on their Kickstarter. I'll be including the Kickstarter below in the description. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and as always, this has been Weekly Reviews from Curse Network, telling you guys to take care, and as always, game on.